Back in 1999, when the then Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif sought to oust the then army chief and then replace him with a loyalist, the entire army turned on him. The army took over the reins from the civilian government. Nawaz Sharif, who was Prime Minister, was arrested. He later had to flee and live in exile in Saudi Arabia for close to 10 years after he was freed from prison. The man who was the architect of that coup d'etat was the then Army Chief General Pervez Musharraf. General Musharraf later went on to become president, and he ruled the country for close to a decade. Today, once again, Nawaz Sharif is in exile, this time in London. His younger brother Shahbaz runs the country, but the crucial decision that Nawaz still has to take is who will run the Pakistan army, arguably the most important job in Pakistan. On Crux DeCode, who are the front runners to become the next army chief of Pakistan? How much say will the outgoing chief, General Bajwa, have on his successor? And will the Sharifs, Nawaz and his younger brother, the Prime Minister Shahbaz, be able to successfully get a person of their choice and yet keep powerful sections of the army happy? The contenders to replace the current army chief, Gen Qamar Javed Bajwa, include two former spy chiefs, a master tactician, an experienced India hand, and a counter-terrorism specialist. But what should be a simple, almost bureaucratic decision for Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif is in fact a major gamble. And it's a gamble that is complicated in part by his own elder brother Nawaz Sharif, who's staying in London and who many see as the real power behind the throne. The security stakes are high as well. The new chief will be commanding a battle-hardened 600,000-strong army. He will be confronted by two insurgencies, one in Afghanistan and the other in Kashmir in India. Both insurgencies are detrimental to Pakistan's most important bilateral relationship, the one with China. The new army chief will also have to carry the most weight in the country's nuclear triad, as the army chief is often thought to be the man with the red button, the nuclear controls. The political stakes, of course, are even higher. Of the 15 army commanders who've held office since independence, 4 have ruled the country directly through military coups. Others, including General Bajwa, the outgoing one, have hung on to power through multi-year extensions that were granted by civilian governments. At the top of the seniority list this year is a controversial infantryman, Lieutenant General Asim Munir. He's not a graduate of the elite Pakistan Military Academy, but he is a Sword of Honor class topper from one of the Army's top feeder schools. He has a background in military intelligence. He's also known for his ability to recite virtually all of the Quran. And he has served in Saudi Arabia. General Munir's case is complicated by the fact that he was fired as the head of the powerful ISI, or Inter-Services Intelligence, the spy agency of Pakistan, by former Prime Minister Imran Khan just a few months into the job. Another complication is that he is set to retire 2 days before the current chief, General Bajwa. So retaining the services of General Munir may require some bureaucratic maneuvering. Sources say that the Sharifs may even consider amending the Army Act so that General Munir can be designated as the chief. Second in seniority is Lieutenant General Sahir Shamshad Mirza. He's considered the tactical genius of the Pakistan Army, and that of course is based on his experience as Chief of Military Operations. General Mirza has served in the most coveted staff and command posts, including the commander of 10 Corps, which is the largest formation of all the corps in the Pakistan Army. It has almost 250,000 men under his command. He's also been deployed in multiple United Nations peacekeeping missions. He's less controversial than Munir. Mirza has the support of the rank and file of the army. Third in line is Lieutenant General Azhar Abbas, who has led the infantry school. He's also led a division and a corps which is tasked with tackling India in the disputed region of Kashmir. He's held the same vaunted staff and command posts as General Mirza, but he also has some other advantages. He oversaw the implementation of the recent ceasefire with India. That ceasefire, it crucially continues to hold to this day. This is after both countries came close to an all-out war in 2019. He also hails from the same regiment as the current chief and was the principal staff officer and the right-hand man to the previous army chief, the very popular General Raheel Sharif. The 4th, 5th and 6th candidates by seniority are Lieutenant General Norman Mahmood, Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid and Lieutenant General Mohammad Amir. Now, while their relatively junior status reduces their chances of becoming the chief, never rule out the possibility because Pakistan has picked army chiefs in the past who were not in the top 3 by virtue of seniority. Now, last week, the elder Sharif, Nawaz, summoned his younger brother, the Prime Minister, to London. Sources in the Prime Minister's office say that the profiles of the leading candidates, as well as the political chaos that's engulfing the country right now, were discussed. No decision was immediately announced. Meanwhile, Imran Khan, the fiery populist former Prime Minister, who was ousted earlier this year in a coup led by the army, he has cried foul. How could a serving Prime Minister get the advice of an absconder and a disgraced leader? Khan wanted to know. Nawaz Sharif, of course, was disqualified from holding public office in 2017 after corruption allegations surfaced against his name. Though the Ministry of Defense was quick to denounce that the Prime Minister was seeking the aid and advice of an absconder, the fact is that Imran Khan will be leading his very popular Long March, which will culminate in Rawalpindi, the headquarters of the Pakistan Army. Will this lead to a compromise candidate, or will General Bajwa himself be given an extension? Remember, General Bajwa has ruled himself out of this race. But in the murky intersection where Pakistan politics meets the army's shenanigans, anything is possible.